All right, all right. Hi. I just realized I had pushed the start recording button instead of the start streaming button, which is, yeah, I was wondering why it was awfully quiet. I mean, at least Joe is pretty active in the chat room. But no, I pushed the wrong button, so I am streaming now. I'm in the middle of a game with Lord Ragondal from the United States. He's about the same. He's about the same rating as me, you know, around 1100 or so. He's probably teetering right at 1100, maybe hoping to get, you know, slowly push himself above 1100. Did he go? No, he's going. So let me make sure this is working. I pushed the wrong button. Did you get a notification now? I am asking Joe to see. And there's Joe. Kopla, Joe. Even though I hate saying that, I don't like words that have a Q and don't have a U after the Q. I don't like it. It bothers me. All right, this is a good move on his part. I have to take, and then he'll take with the. All right, I mean, So let me see. So let's look at this, because so my plan before was I thought maybe he might. What did I think? No, I didn't think much of anything. I think I thought incorrectly. If I take, he takes, and he's threatening my knight. I move my knight up here. I mean, it kind of is what it is at this point. I don't have much of a choice. So he'll recapture my bishop. I'll go up and push my knight to d5. I don't think he's going to take. He might. I don't think that would be a good move for him. Because if he takes with the knight, then I'll just recapture the knight, threatening this pawn. All right, I was wrong. So I want to make sure I want to recapture with the queen. Are there any advantages to taking with the bishop? Not really. I mean, either way, I'm going to at least be threatening that pawn for a second. I'm going to be threatening his B pawn and this pawn on the D file. So I'm going to go take with the queen. No, but Kopla specifically, like, I mean, when you think of things that begin with Q and have no U, what do you think of? You think of Qatar. Like, first of all, who wants to go to Qatar? Nobody wants to go to Qatar. You think of Al-Qaeda. It might as well be Al-Qapla. So, you know, things that begin with the letter Q and don't have a U after the Q, there's just no good association. And I'm just not, I'm against it. I'm against it. So that's why I'm against Kopla. But in Joe, I've triggered Joe in the chat room. He's very angry. But, you know, I speak the truth. I mean, what I'm saying is true. All right, so he pushes down with the pawn. I guess he's trying to protect his B pawn. Not whatever, I guess. Okay. Fine. I'll capture the D pawn and get rid of that annoyance. Now I'm really honing down on his king on the G file. What does he have planned here? There's something. Oh, I see what he has planned. He has planned to capture my queen. And there's nothing I can do about it. Woof! Wow, that was a good move. That is somebody who is paying attention to their tactics. That's what that is. I'm going to go ahead and resign this game is what I'm going to do, because there's no point. Well, no, there's no point. Fuck! All right, let's do a rematch. Let's see if I can get him in another rematch. God damn it! It's somebody who pays attention to their tactics right there. All right, let me make an embarrassment out of myself again. Lost that game. Now he's just going to try and... I don't like this. I don't like it at all. You know, I'm just going to go ahead, move my bishop out to C, and then just like see if I can just checkmate. I'm not going to, but what the hell? I mean, he's going to see that checkmate, but whatever. Do I want to have a queenless game? Yeah, makes the game more polite. I think so. I think that's where we're at. I tend to do okay. I tend to do pretty well in queenless games. I mean, the queen is a great piece, of course, but when you and actually most tactics and most lessons that I've done, because you can really tell I've done lessons in chess. Most of them really seem to lean towards getting the queen off the board if you can. If you could do an even queen exchange where all things being equal are equal, then most computers will tend to gravitate towards doing a queen exchange. What do we got here? I want to get this guy out, but I don't want to block my bishop, so let's just move my bishop here. And then hopefully move my D pawn up. As soon as I move my D pawn up, I'll be threatening this pawn immediately with my bishop. I think instead of saying Kapla, I'm going to start saying Al Kapla. Al Kapla, Joe. Al Kapla. Do I want a castle or do I want to free my bishop? Because, well, his development's okay. He's probably going to bring this bishop out. Let's go ahead and move my king to safety. Well, relative safety. I mean, he did a freaking obvious tactic on me in the last game that I completely... And you know, I've seen this move, sacrificing a piece in order to capture the opponent's queen. That is one of the most common tactic puzzles, and I completely missed it. But of course, on the offense, it's all about seeing it on the offense. He takes... What did he take? He took a pawn. This guy's 2 pawns up. Tempted to pin. If I pin, he'll probably just bring this guy out. Or maybe his bishop out. No, that bishop's not going to do any good. Maybe, yeah, he'll probably just bring this guy out if I pin. Is there any way I could take advantage? No, I'm going to pin. And then push up with the pawn. Even if he does bring this guy out. I don't know that... Yeah, I think he might lose this knight. Because he can move the king to get rid of the pin. But then I'll just take it. He could bring the knight out to... All right, that's what he does. I'm pretty sure he's going to lose this knight. Now, yeah, what's he going to do? Bring this guy out? Or then I take? Maybe just block with my bishop. Yeah, block with my bishop. I think he's running out of tricks. I think he has to kiss that knight goodbye. I'm pretty sure he's going to lose the knight. And then maybe even a pawn after that. I take, he recaptures, I recapture, no. He wouldn't take that because then I can just recapture with I got 2 knights I can recapture with. But actually that'll be check. All right, I think he's accepted the loss. Is he going to recapture? If he doesn't recapture, I'm interested to see what he does. Because if I do this, if I capture his pawn, that's check. That's a discovered check. And then, I mean, he can block. Huh. This pawn on f5 is very vulnerable. The pawn on... Yeah, he's got to do something. What's he playing with this knight? I don't like what he's... Oh, he wants to take this bishop. Think about just capturing that knight. And then he recaptures. I captured that. Which would leave his pawn vulnerable to my rook. Yeah, I want to capture. He would probably want to recapture. I think I can win a piece. Yep, I win the bishop. Now what does he do? He takes? Or he lets me take? One or the other. I don't know what he does. Okay. He's going to guard. I mean, he can take this. He wouldn't want to take that because then I go up, that's check, and then I capture it. All right, he's just moving his king to safety. Think about pinning. Pinning his bishop. I'm up some considerable material, which means I can afford to lose some material. Yeah, I'm going to pin. I'm going to pin the bishop. And if he doesn't take, I'm going to take the bishop. And then I'm going to win this pawn here on E4. Now, I also got to keep in mind that his rooks are connected. Mine are not. My knight on the B file is still hasn't moved. Hasn't done anything. It's just kind of sitting there, useless. I gotta remember also, like with these long games, look at this. We're 14 moves in, and each of us is about only done 5 minutes of game. So my point is that you can take your time, or a little more time. I feel like I rush my moves a lot, and I don't think I should. I can take my time. Like he's sitting here, he's taking his time, and in that time, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and put another drink up on the board. So that is let's see, let's change that. That is 5 drinks. Again, don't you judge. Don't you dare judge. Now, I do have to wrap this up in the next 14 minutes because the Bachelorette will be coming on. Let me go make another drink. He still hasn't taken a move. I'm going to be right back. While I'm making another drink, Joe's in charge. I got this. Smells fishy. Smells fishy. Why? It does. Not mine. I didn't ask you. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay. All right, coming back. Did he move? Looks like he might have moved. Maybe. Let me look. No, he's still thinking. Okay, good. This gives me time to think. Now, at what point do you start wondering if the person's just going to try and time you out? Because that also happens a lot. I feel that happens a lot at this level of play. I feel when you start getting into like 1600, 1700, when you start getting into players like that, people are more serious about their score. They're more serious about the game in general. So you don't get people that just like sit there and let the clock run out. But at this level, which sub 1100, I feel like you still get a lot of people that will just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna let the thing run out. So, what am I gonna do? Sit here for 22 minutes? Maybe. Oh my. Oh, he moved. Okay. I'm gonna. I can wait. I can wait on this. No, I'm sorry, not that. I can wait on this. There's no reason I have to do it right now, which means there's no reason I can't win this pawn. I feel like he might want to bring his rook down to threaten my bishop, maybe? Or maybe he just wants to start pressing on the king side. I'm not going to take right yet. I'm not going to do that. I am going to go ahead and capture this pawn. Again, this is going on the philosophy that when you're ahead material, you want to start collecting material. You want to basically push as much material as you want. Now, this actually gives me the opportunity to... Now, he might push down. That would actually be a pretty okay move for him to push down, threaten this pawn. Okay. That's fair too. I think I'm just going to bring my knight up so I can eventually connect my rooks. I want to make sure I do this right. Let's say I do bring my knight up. If he takes, I take, he takes, I take. So he's not going to do that. So that's not a good exchange for him. So it's probably not going to happen. If I bring my knight up, and then he pushes down, what then? His pawn's there, my pawn's here. I take, he takes. No, that's not good either. I may want to reinforce this rook. The rook is unguarded right now. There's nobody backing him up. It may be more important to give him reinforcements than it would be to develop something. Addy is definitely not consulting. No, I am not. I believe that my mind is just as good as any chess computer, except most of them. Okay. I'm thinking maybe just bringing my bishop back, in which case he pushes down. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. And then I take. In which case I'm up a pawn. That's not terrible. And then, even if my bishop is still there and he does something weird, I can still bring my knight on the next move over to d7. Let's do that. So I can still bring my knight over here to bring my rook out. I have to be cognizant of back rank issues because of where my king is. At some point, I might want to look to bring my h-pawn up or something. Bring something up so that my king can get off the back rank if he needs to. Joe says he is aiming for a stalemate. I don't think he's... No, it's way too soon to aim for a stalemate. Way too soon. There's too many pieces on the board. I mean, I think Joe's just talking out his ass. I don't believe Joe actually means that. I think he's just saying stuff just to try and trigger me. And it's not going to work. Not going to work. Now, again, the Bachelor... Oh, wait, did he move? No, he didn't. Okay. Well, there he goes. That's a weird move. That's a waiting move, is what that is. That's a no-nonsense... He might be worried that I'm going to move this guy somewhere to threaten that. Maybe? No. I think just moving my knight. Eventually, I would like to get my knight maybe to c5. It's a couple moves away. I'm tempted to go ahead and take. Let's look. So I take, he takes, I take, he takes, and then I fork, he takes, I take. Oh, that's a very complicated line. I don't know that it would work like that. Let's try that again. Okay. I take his bishop. I take his bishop. He'll probably take my rook. I recapture his rook. He then takes my bishop. And then, what do I do at that point? Maybe then move my knight? Ugh. You know what? You got to be bold. Sometimes in life, you just got to go and you got to go for the gusto. You got to take it. You got to take a chance. You got to take a risk. Otherwise, what do? You just sit at home and you go to work every day, and then you come home and then you drink and then you play chess on this live stream, and then you go back to work the next day, and it's just repetitive. So sometimes you got to take a chance, and I think right now I'm going to take a chance by taking his bishop, let him recapture. Let him recapture, or let him take, and then I take. All right, let's do it. I'm committed. Too late now. Can't do anything about it now. It's over, motherfuckers. It's done. I've done it. Joe says he is aiming at... Okay, just bring castle to A, take pawn. Hope he doesn't move king, checkmate. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I push up. Wait, if I push up, he takes... No. No. Wait. If I take, and then he recaptures, as he would, and then I do this, he recaptures, I recapture. I thought I saw a way for me to queen there. Thought I saw a second for me to queen, but I don't see it anymore, because even if I push up at this point, he would just take. I take, he takes, I take. All right, no, I wanted to queen. All right, what other options do I have? If I do nothing, let's say I do bring my knight out to get my knight into the game. Tempted. Oh no, I can't. I got to be careful about that, because then this bishop would be guarding two pieces, and I don't want to do that. I think I'm just going to keep simplifying. I think I'm going to stick with the philosophy of just keep eliminating material and go ahead and take. Now he's got to recapture. He has no other move but to recapture. I'm going to fork, he's going to capture, and I'm going to capture. Oh, shit. He had checkmate. No, wait, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. But if I take that, he might have checkmate. Fuck. Man, this game is tough. All right. Let me go ahead. So that way if he tries that, I can capture. So he did not have, so right here he didn't have checkmate, because if he had brought his rook down, I could have captured his rook with my bishop. But I did need to be careful. I needed to be very careful with that. So that's why I've moved my knight as opposed to capturing this pawn, because now that he just can't do that, because then I'll just take with my rook. My next move might be pushing up with the might be pushing up with the H pawn. All right, so he's guarding that pawn, which is fine. I don't know if I want to push up to the 8. I don't know if I want to just go 1, or if I want to go for the gusto and go 2. What else do I have? I can't move my rook. I would like to move my rook here, but I can't. Because I have no way to... I mean, if he takes, I have no way to recapture. I think I'm going to push up to the h5. I mean, all his pawns... He has no g-pawn anymore. That guy's gone. Or he's over here. He's one of these guys. So he can't threaten my h-pawn. It would be difficult for his one rook to threaten the h-pawn. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, at least, my king has a breather should he come down. So we're good. I suspect he might do something like f6. I recapture. Maybe he brings... Or then maybe he brings his rook here to fork these guys. All right, I am up a considerable amount of material. I need to be able to win this game. I mean, there's just no way around it. I need to be able to win this game. If I don't win this game, I'm just going to quit chess forever. I mean, I'm not, but I should. And I'm at 15 minutes, so we're getting about halfway point. I think about just bringing my knight over here, and then I can get my rook over to the d file. Not that I'm going to do anything necessarily, but just, you know, to start making moves. Let's do that. I can maybe bring my knight over here, then threaten him. I just want to start making moves. I just want to start, you know, harassing them. I'm a very passive player in this game. Like, I play people and they're very aggressive. And they're just like, really, like, go for the throat, go for the throat. Where I'm just kind of like, no, let me guard my throat. Let me guard my throat. I think I need to be a little more aggressive in the game. Because I don't know. I'm at 1100, around 1100. I mean, this is turning into a good game. I might threaten his rook. Now that the e-file is guarded twice, I might go ahead and threaten this rook. He probably doesn't want to let it go. Just because that would leave me with a knight and a bishop against his pawns. So I mean, at that point, I have a pretty good chance of pushing something up to queen. So I think I'm going to go ahead and threaten his rook on the next move. I mean, if he does another stupid move like pushing one of his pawns down, then yeah, I'm going to go ahead and threaten his rook. And, let's see. This square... That square... That square... Square. Okay, how can I get my knight to c4? Because what I'm thinking is I push over, he moves away, and then I push up, and that would be checkmate if I had my knight guarding d2, and my knight could safely do that from c4. So how can I get my knight to c4? And it does not look easy. I mean, that's 3 moves, which is really... I mean, I can move my knight here, I can move my knight, and then there, And then I move over, and then I move to checkmate. But by that time, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves away, which is an eternity in chess. So I don't know. I'm missing Bachelor in Paradise right now, which is stressing me a little bit, but it's okay. It's all right. I had this one game where it was a very similar setup where I managed to get my knight to guard the square here. I mean, it was exactly the same setup where the king was on the back rank and he was trapped by, you know, not trapped, but he was guarded by pawns that were blocking him. And I moved my knight to guard the one square he could go to if I could get a piece on the back rank. And my opponent never saw it. My opponent just didn't realize, I mean, because the game was a really intense game, kind of like this one. This one's pretty intense. It's pretty good. But it was, and so I just started moving my knight to like some weird places and whatever. And eventually I got my knight to where I needed to go. And opponent completely didn't realize it. Moved my rook to the back rank. Boom, checkmate, because king had nowhere to go. Not sure it's going to happen this time since it's like at least 5 moves away. So that's a lot. Wish I had a dark squared bishop so I could take my dark squared bishop and go. Maybe I could do it with my pawn. I can try to move my pawn like that so that my pawn is threatening the knight, but I don't think it's going to work. We've got 13 minutes left. All right. I mean, we're pretty much even on time. He's got a little bit less than me. I mean, he's now in the 12 minutes, which is good. I would rather him be hurting for time more than me. I don't know. I mean, I am thinking about moving my knight here just to harass his rook. I don't know what he would do. I move my knight here, threatening his rook. He can move it there. 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 No, he can't move it there. He can move it there. There. He can move it there. Or he can move it there. All right, I've highlighted, if I do threaten his rook, I've highlighted every place he can move his rook to safely. I don't know what that did. I accomplished nothing. But again, I mean, getting my knight to c4 is probably the goal I should be after. But man, that is a bitch of a goal. Not to mention, by the time we get to that point in the game, he probably will have moved one of his pawns. So you know, it's not like c4 is going to be open like it is now. What else threatens this? Okay, f3, which, if I could get, whoa, okay, I could go boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's look at that. C6, no, that's not good. That's not good. That one. So maybe I move my knight to e8, then to d6 with the threat of that, with the threat of that, with the threat of that. Oh, that's just so much. That's so many moves. Again, that's like 5 moves, which is a lifetime in chess. It's a lifetime. You can't do that. I'm really going to start saying Al Kapla. Al Kapla, everybody. Al Kapla. All right, he's at 10 minutes. I don't know if he's abandoning the game or if he's really thinking this much. I've never thought this much. I'm pretty sure I've never thought this much about a game. It would be great if he just kind of abandoned it, because then I could start watching Bachelor in Paradise in 10 minutes. And I smell dinner. Dinner is like being cooked. Dinner tonight is salmon. We have 2 salmon fillets, which look really good. Should be good. I mean, it's kind of late for dinner, but yeah, whatever. I bought a bottle of vodka that's really small, with the intention of finishing the bottle tonight, and I believe that my intentions will be fulfilled. I kind of wish I could play a bullet game, like a quick little, like, you know, game while Lord Ragondal is trying to like time me out. I'm fairly certain that's what's happening now. We're at under 9 minutes. Lord Ragondal is trying to time me out, I think. And the way that chess.com works, it's terrifying to like do anything else on the website while you're in the middle of a game. Because if you do anything else, then your game will be abandoned or it'll be forfeited, or it's just like, no, I don't want to do anything else. It's terrifying. So you got to sit there and you got to wait and you got to wait. 8.5 minutes to go. It gets to a certain point where I feel I have so much time, I could probably just time him out of the game. So let's say he takes a move at 6 minutes. Okay, I take a move. It could be almost any move. All I have to do is make sure he doesn't checkmate me. And all he has is a rook and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns. Checkmating me is going to be difficult with a rook and 6 pawns. So my responsibility to not be checkmated is it's not very difficult. It's not difficult. It's a responsibility to me. All right. We're almost at 7.5 minutes. Nothing going on in the chat room. Oh wait, let's see. Joe says, I heard the twist in The Bachelor in Paradise is the Bachelor is gay. Well, so Bachelor in Paradise works a little bit differently than The Bachelor. So you have The Bachelor where there's a guy and like 30 girls. And then you have The Bachelorette where there's a girl and like 30 guys. Bachelor in Paradise is different because what they do is they send like an even amount. They'll send like 6 girls and 6 guys. No, actually, that's not true. They'll send like 6 girls and then like 8 guys. And then the girls have to choose a guy and then 2 guys go home. So now you have 12 people, 6 girls, 6 guys. And then they'll send 2 more girls. And then the guys have to choose the girls the next week, and then 2 girls go home. And then they kind of whittle it down. They fiddle with the numbers and whittle it down. So Bachelor in Paradise isn't like about a single person, whereas The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are. And frankly, it's not as good of a show as Bachelor or Bachelor in Paradise, but it's still an entertaining show. I think it ends next week. I'm pretty sure it ends soon because it's like a summer show. It's like, oh, Bachelor in Paradise, we're in paradise because it's summer. But you know what? It's like called Bachelor in Paradise, but everybody's sweating profusely. They're like, and especially the men, they're all just like drenched and their shirts are just soaked through because they're like in these Caribbean places in Mexico where it's like 82 and humid at night. And this is supposedly paradise. No, that does not sound like paradise to me. So, all right, we got 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I'm pretty sure at this point, he's timing out. I wouldn't be surprised if at 2 minutes he makes a move. What has probably happened is he might be on his computer like me, and his wife or his girlfriend is making dinner, and So he's decided to just go and see what dinner is, or he's decided to go and like read a story to his kids because he's losing this chess game and he's realized that his life is just not worth living because he sucks at chess. And so he's going to go read to his kids in order to make himself feel better. And he'll come back to the game hoping that I will have abandoned the game, and then he'll be able to make a move and then, win the game. That's not going to happen, because if there's one thing I have is that is the lack of responsibility. I've literally got nothing else better to do but to sit here and wait for this game to time out. And that's what I'm going to do, Lord Ragondal. I hope you know that. I hope you're prepared for that, because that's what's happening. All right, Joe, my one watcher. If the two guys are gay, no problem. Well, actually, there was some drama. So this one guy, what was the guy's name that had the girlfriend that hooked up with the girl? Drew? Baby. What was the guy's name that hooked up with the girl that had the girlfriend? Brett. That was his name, Brett. So Brett had hooked up with this girl. I think her name was Hannah. Oh, look, wait. He made a move. All right. And he got finished reading his kid the bedtime story, so he made a move. And he's going to threaten this pawn, maybe. No, he just wants to be a dick. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and guard the pawn. I mean, literally, he just wants to be an asshole, is all he wants to. In retrospect, I should have moved my knight because that would have threatened him and guarded the pawn. But what could you do? But anyway, so Brett was on the island and dating Hannah. Oh, he's making moves now. And Hannah had some girl back home that she was in love with. And eventually that other girl came to the island and Brett was dumped by a girl for another girl. Go figure. But I'm pretty sure that Joe is saying this was a bad move. My knight was a bad move. Why? If he takes, I take. All right. See, he just all he did was move his. And at this point, we've got so much. I have so much more time than him. That I've won this game. It's just a matter of playing it out now. He can't take because I'll recapture with my bishop. He might try to come down and threaten and harass my bishop, but that's not going to work. If he does try to harass my bishop, I'll just take his rook. He's going to guard this rook. He's going to do whatever he can to protect the rook. Thinking about going here. Threaten his rook more. Again, he's got now. We're working under 2 minutes left. He left the game. He was really hoping that I I just wasn't paying attention anymore because oh no, this guy just left. No, I know that's exactly what happened. Addy is alone. Bad move. Stalemate coming. You know what, Joe? You know what? Screw you, Joe. I was going to say some bad things, but Joe's a good friend, so I can't say anything bad about Joe. But I do want to say bad things because I don't like you right now. It's all right. I do like you. Minute 33. There's no way I'm losing this game. And God. Joe says Copla. Copla. No, no, Joe. Al Copla. Al, remember, it's Al Copla. You got Al Qaeda, Al Jazeera, and Al Copla. It's basically what Joe is promoting nowadays. I think I was just moving my bishop here to take this pawn. That pawn's kind of annoying me. And it's been juicy. It's just been like, secreting like, pawn juiciness the whole game. Or not the whole game, but at least since like 8 moves ago, just like, I'm a pawn. I'm a juicy, juicy pawn. Why don't you take me? Not to mention that move would also annoy the hell out of him since it's going to threaten his rook. But we've got 30 seconds left. He's not going to do anything. That's fine. I'm taking the pawn because if he takes, I'll just take his rook. I'm also going to give him a thumbs down. The game will ask, was so-and-so a good sport? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because he disappeared for 14 minutes. Yeah, I suspected he would do that. What do I want? He's got 2 seconds left. It doesn't matter what I do. And there we go. The game won. I won by timeout. Okay, was Lord Ragnar a good sport? No. And I'm going to block him because I don't want to play him again. I don't want to play people that sit there and let the room time out because they're losing. Look at this. Look, you have this little meter over here that shows you. Like, Joe says, make him wait 10 minutes. I should have. And I would have if Bachelor in Paradise wasn't on. And I was already on for 20 minutes. So I'm going to go watch that. I'm sorry this game ended the way it did. It was ridiculous. It wasn't great. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday. Happy Labor Day and all that jazz. And I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll be back at some point. So have a good Monday. And remember, turn on ABC. Bachelor in Paradise. Joe, I know you're watching. Bachelor in Paradise on ABC. I think Brett is going to probably leave the island because I think he's probably going to be the next Bachelor. You'll see the lesbian couple. You'll see Christina, who is this Russian chick who is just so goddamn fine. You'll see... Just put it on. ABC. Trust me. All right. Bye.